Not too long ago, the big three, and I'm not talking about Ice Cube's basketball league. I'm talking about President Joe Biden, former presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton got together at Radio City Music Hall in New York City to raise a lot of money for President Joe Biden's campaign bid. Of course, he's trying to keep his seat, and more than likely, he is going to go up against that of former President Donald Trump in November. And so it is said that they raised about $26 million, and it is said to be a record. About 5,000 people showed up to watch people entertain, like Queen Latifah, Lizzo, Leah Michelle, and a whole host of other people. And the symposium, I guess if you will, was hosted by that of comedian Stephen Colbert, where he asked a copious amount of questions. And between all three of those presidents, they talked about the importance of defeating Donald Trump and what another Trump presidency would mean for the country. They also tried to tout the record of Joe Biden, saying that he has gotten prescription drug prices down. He's protected women's rights and climate control and things like that. Now, of course, that evening was not without controversy, as there were a lot of protesters outside and some got inside in regards to what's going on at the Gaza Strip. And so, of course, they tried to rebuff that, they being the president, saying how they're doing all that they can to, help with humanitarian aid in the Gaza Strip and all that other stuff. But with all the things that they talked about, I didn't hear anybody mention what they did for Black people specifically, or even what they're going to do for Black people specifically. And they're not going to do that. Of course, y'all know about all that's going on with the migrants. They are coming over here and they're being set up in housing. They're getting phones, money, they're buying cars, and they're just doing a whole lot of stuff that you are not able to do, Black people. But guess what? The Democratic Party is going to lean on the Black community, because it's the Black community that keeps and puts the Democrats in any office throughout America, right? They cannot do it without Black people, but they will not help Black people at all. And not even help at this point, because yeah, Black people need it. But what about reparations? That's owed to us. And they have all said that they are not going to do anything like that specifically for Black people. We know that Joe Biden says that he will be damned if he's made to feel responsible for what his ancestors did 300 years ago. Well, President Obama, who is the first Black president, even though they said it was Bill Clinton, but I digress. He is the first Black president. And he said that he wasn't going to do anything specifically like reparations for Black people. And in fact, when he got out of office, he had a podcast with Bruce Springsteen, the rock and roller, if you will. And he basically said, well, I couldn't do anything for Black people specifically because he didn't want to make everybody else mad. And then we know what Bill Clinton did. Well, he wrote that 3 strikes law was in his legislation anyway. And Joe Biden was like, I don't think it's tough enough, because Joe Biden was a senator then. But anyway, we know that his legislation hurt Black people. That 3 strikes law hurt Black people the most, disproportionately anyway, right? So with all that time that they spent there, and the tickets there would range from $225 to $500,000, with all of that going on, they still did not mention what they would do for their most loyal group of voters, which is Black people. Now, I want to say this to you as Black people that will go out there and vote for them, who have done nothing specifically for Black people and are unapologetic about it, and still like, not gonna do nothing for y'all. Y'all gonna go out there and cast a vote for them, even though they have said, I'm not gonna do nothing for you. Kamala Harris, I'm not gonna do nothing specifically for Black people now. And y'all gonna go out there and cast a vote. But you know why? They feel so just wonderful letting you know they're not gonna do anything for you, because they know you're not going to make them. They know you're not going to put any demands upon them at all. They know that all they got to do is bring some entertainers out, and you're going to do a shimmy, and y'all going to holler, ooh, that's my president. Talking about Barack Obama, right? They know that all they got to do is wheel him out there, because Black people are enamored by that of Barack Obama. In fact, I would imagine that Black people love him more than they love Jesus. I'm just saying, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. And so it's all optics for us as Black people. Let's get all these people out there. But nah, forget the optics. Forget the, vision of how it looks. What about actually doing something for Black people, like writing those reparations checks? And we can handle the rest from there. But I would tell y'all, me as a Black woman here in America, I will not be voting for Joe Biden. And I'm going to say that, and I'm going to keep saying I'm not voting for him or anybody like him, because they lie to black people. And at this point, they're not even lying to us. They just flat out, as they have said so many years ago, benign neglect. Yeah, we know black people got issues and they need things, but we just keep neglecting them and they'll keep voting for us. So why should we do anything for them? But don't be fooled by all three of those presidents standing up there talking about a whole bunch of stuff that does not include you. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, the Demetra